For those with an interest in the enchanted world of witches, wizards and ghouls, what better place than England? From the magic world of Camelot to the fantastic creatures of Middle-earth to endless haunted castles. Few places ignite the imagination more. Now there's a new reason to potter around England. Harry Potter. The boy wizard from British author J.K. Rowling's books has excited a global frenzy, and today visitors can amble around in his footsteps. And you can kick off your adventure right here in London.
Well, of course, Harry Potter did actually go from King's Cross Station to school, so that was its main connection, if you pardon the pun. And of course the zoo, which Harry used to like to visit.
It was here in the reptile house that regular folks, or muggles as we're called in the story, get an early taste of Harry's magic. A snake cage suddenly disappears and a boa constrictor slithers to freedom. There are plenty of other snakes and animals still here, of course, and they'll all be happy you came. Harry caught his school train here at King's Cross Station. Platform 9 3/4 is invisible to muggles like us. But you could see Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, well, sort of. In the Harry Potter movie, part of Hogwarts is set here in Gloucester's stunning cathedral.
I think that you can imagine that part of the old Hogwarts of Harry Potter could have been something like this. The descriptions in the book give you an idea that possibly it was a very old building, and that therefore, though they had to take out anything that was religious out of the cloister, they did use the cloister as part of the Harry Potter school.
This cathedral has quite a history. King Edward II was murdered at a nearby castle over 600 years ago, and his bones are buried here.
Edward II's son, Edward III, insisted that his father had a tomb fit for a king, and I think you'll agree when you see it that it really is a lovely tomb. In fact, yesterday when I was doing a tour, there was a long-stemmed red rose on Edward's tomb. And when you think he's been dead since 1327, there's still an Edward cult.
Author J.K. Rowling lived here in Edinburgh while writing the Potter stories. And it's easy to see how this ancient city would inspire a dark and adventurous tale. But most folks say she was probably envisioning her Devon homeland as the setting for many of Harry's daring deeds.
It's a beautiful area, it's got history, it's the quintessential quaintness of the place. It's almost harking back to days gone by.
Young Harry has a lot to live up to here. Just to the south is Tintagel, thought to be the birthplace of the most mythical of all British kings, Arthur.
By coming here to Tintagel, you can touch the fabric of the castle, of the old Dark Age fortress, and bring some of that myth and legend and magic back into your lives, into this modern times that we live in today.
You can wander through the ruins, the oldest of which date back to Arthur's time, around the year 500. And where there's Arthur, there's Merlin.
Merlin's cave's associated with Merlin coming out from his cave here and finding a little boy abandoned on the beach. That boy, of course, Merlin recognises as the future king of Britain, Arthur. We've got the greatest magician of all in Merlin, and perhaps some of the role models that you find in the stories of Harry Potter were based on Merlin.
Look beyond the myth and the memorabilia, and you'll still find a lasting and inspiring story. Of course, you don't only find magic when you're looking for it. Sometimes it finds you. Here at the Big Sheep in Devon, you can learn about the mysterious practice of horse whispering. The horses here are trained without force, using mimicking, body language, and even mind control. There's plenty of other magic here too, though more silly than spooky. This place would show a young wizard a great time. Here at Glastonbury Abbey you can unearth more of the Arthur legend with the help of some curious medieval monks.
They found, some say, a tree, an oak tree which had been hollowed out, and in that they found the skeletons of a large, tall man with a gash in his skull, and the skeleton of a small woman with long golden hair. They also found a small lead cross, and on this lead cross were the Latin words, "Here lies King Arthur and his second wife Guinevere, buried in the Isle of Avalon."
Whether here in the fabled resting place of Arthur, or here along the ancient Cotswold Long Barrows, where some swear you can communicate with the heavens, or in the peculiar habits of a particular cat, this has long been a place to explore otherworldly mysteries. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter is the newest chapter of an age-old story. For more information on today's destinations, visit our website on topoftheworld.net.